For those of you new to the channel, my solo movie reviews are probably the only straightforward, serious thing we do, but I prompt you to check out our other crazy shenanigans and like, share, and subscribe if you dig them. So anyway, what are we talking about today? Hell or High Water. Hell or High Water is a sophomore offering from Taylor Sheridan, the actor turned writer behind 2015's critically acclaimed Sicario. I just gotta say that if his output continues to be as consistently amazing, then there won't ever be a lack of jobs for the man. In short, Hell or High Water is fantastic. It's rare that I finish viewing a picture knowing that I've just watched what will become a timeless classic, much less when I realize it about a third of the way into the movie. But before I get to the overzealous gushing, let's lay down the basics for this film. Directed by David Mackenzie and starring Chris Pine, Ben Foster, and Jeff Bridges, Hell or High Water is a straight-up crime thriller of the highest order. Dare I say I'd lump it up there with Fargo and No Country for Old Men. This, as film fanatics know, is no small accolade. The films are considered to be some of the best offerings from the legendary Coen brothers, and rightfully so. And whether intentional or not, the people behind this flick definitely owe a lot to both. Like Fargo and No Country, this movie is a crime thriller that focuses on a well-intentioned common man who gets wrapped up in a criminal endeavor by his own choice while being chased by a seasoned law enforcer. All films heavily depend on a distinct location, West Texas in this case, to give the film a particular atmosphere that is only elevated by its colorful, charming, humorous, and sometimes eccentric, but always realistic range of characters. At no point did I not feel like any of these people could exist a town over, and being from West Texas myself, that'll tell you something. Chris Pine plays Toby, who enlists the help of his ex-con brother Tanner, a brilliantly reckless Ben Foster, to help him rob a series of banks in a bid to save the family ranch lands. But this is no selfish endeavor. Toby, never particularly a good parent, seeks to make things right for the future generations of his family, even as he ventures into a life of crime he has always chosen to stay away from. The chemistry and bond between the brothers is undeniable, even as Tanner's erratic ways sometimes bother the more reserved and determined Toby. This is especially poignant and impacting in the final act when tough choices must be made by the two. No spoilers, just see it, trust me. On the other end of the spectrum, we get a delightful treat from the legendary Jeff Bridges, who portrays Marcus Hamilton, a gruff Texas Ranger hot on the trail of the boys. Marcus is a delight, short and simple. He's a seasoned vet on the verge of retiring, which again reminds us of No Country's Tommy Lee Jones. Equipped with a natural instinct for sniffing out criminal behavior, a politically incorrect sense of humor, and a great foil in his partner Alberto, Marcus methodically deduces a pattern of the duo, risking always running out of time as he senses a greater purpose to their game. This contrast in relationships between the brothers and the Rangers provide the greatest foundation the film stands on, and better yet, muddles the moral waters for the viewers, as both couples are remarkably relatable and incredibly likable. That the brothers would do anything for each other is never called into question, and the same goes for the Rangers despite their rough and tumble relationship. And that's a toughie because when it comes down to it, we know someone is going to die, and we know someone must come out on top. Problem is, we're cheering for both. I love that feeling. I wanted the Rangers to figure out the brothers' plot just as much as I wanted the brothers to get away with it. And when the stakes were raised, well, a lot was on the line for me as a viewer. Another strength the film has in abundance is its incredible dialogue and the actors who delivered it so perfectly, most notably Jeff Bridges and Ben Foster. The dialogue is the type of casual banter that, without surgical precision, could have fallen wayward and sounded forced. But thanks to the skill of the actors and the writer, it comes off as uncannily natural and realistic. It serves not only to give us a deep sense of the relationship between the two opposing duos, but also a good understanding of the realness of these characters. And let's not forget about the humor. As with Fargo and No Country, and for the matter of most Coen brothers flicks, this movie equips its characters with quirks and lines that are downright amusing. Intentional humor is always welcome to me in a crime thriller, and it was expertly pulled off here. Now, I wasn't particularly fond of the cinematography at all times, as I found the wash of light too bright to the point of distraction, but this is a nitpick, as it was clearly a stylistic choice, and it does evoke the feeling of some of the locations where it was utilized. Also, I am by no means insinuating that this was always the case. We're talking mostly desert scenes here. It had no bearing on the ambiance, so it's definitely not a negative. A nice garnish, though, to the whole affair was a fantastic score from Nick Cave and Warren Ellis. Yes, that Nick Cave, along with a soundtrack that fits like a well-worn glove. All in all, folks, if you're still wasting your time on the vacuous big-budget drivel churned out by Hollywood this summer, or this summer now gone, or maybe you're just tired of the acceptable blockbuster material, do yourself a favor and rent this nugget. because you probably ignored it. And it's a shame because crap like Transformers continues to make millions of dollars and genuine pieces of art like this go ignored. I cannot recommend this enough. This film is destined for the pantheon of crime movies. Go out, get this, download it, whatever it takes. Just see it. I give it a holy shit that was great out of 10. I've been Ahab, and this has been a review of Hell and High Water. Stay tuned for more.